of retards that work at the federal government that do basically nothing. And so Doge is made to get rid of those retards, right? To delete them. And so a lot of people are unhappy about this. Democrats lead a mob of protesters into the USAID headquarters. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch it. Here we go.
As you probably saw, Elon Musk and his crew put a gag order on AID employees. They disconnected them from email, which is putting lives at risk around the world. So we are here to enter the building, and so we can hear firsthand from whoever is here at AID, or at least witness firsthand what is happening with this Elon Musk attempted takeover, which will not stand. We will prevent.
It already is.
Let's go.
That's why you're
Yes, it
outside.
is.
Let's go. All right. They're going to try to go inside. Let's see how this is going to go.
They locked him out.
All right. Here it comes.
Da 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 da. They couldn't get
It
in.
looks like they're not. Is anybody really going inside? It's locked. Okay, so I guess they're leaving now? So
I think
that one's
people are
locked,
laughing
too.
in the crowd. These goofy ass people.
Oh wait, oh no, there we go. There's some of them going
Uh-oh.
in, all right. They're gonna start complaining. Uh-oh, it's open. Uh-oh. Here they come.
January
Here's another
6th
one.
all over again.
This Republican Party is the rule of law party.
This is absolutely insane. It blows my mind that any of these people were ever in government. It's like having toddlers run the country, and when they don't get what they want, they stamp their feet and throw fits. I mean, am I wrong here? I don't think so.
There are ways to address this. There are ways to zero out funding. There are ways to review things or change it legislatively.
Yeah, they did that. That's what they're doing.
Right. That's what Doge is.
This is not that way. What's just the rationale here?
Well, I'll tell you what the rationale is if the way to do it legislatively would work, then we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in. So why are you surprised that somebody wants to, and again, this is all legal. The president has discretion ability to do this. It's not like...
I wouldn't say discretion ability. I would say he has discretion, full discretion, to do whatever he wants.
Audit it. Yeah, do the whole thing. It doesn't. No, it's not legal. Well, then it's happening either way. And of course they're defending it. Yeah, absolutely. Congress does. Yeah, we'll see about that. Sure.
I think this has been a long time coming. For so many years, we as Americans have questioned where our government, where our tax dollars are going. We're being taxed out the ass, and our money is being spent on transgender operas. Our money is being spent in other countries to better their economies. What about our economy?
That sure seems like they do. And anyway, yeah, it wasn't working. So now they're doing it this way instead, and now they're mad.
It is an entity that exists within the executive branch. That's number one. And it has often been at odds with the U.S. State Department. And that's not a good thing. As Marco Rubio said today, everything USAID does, or the bureaucracy does, needs to be aligned with the foreign policy goals of the United States.
That's right.
So putting Rubio in charge of USAID today helps begin to achieve that alignment. I'm actually a supporter of American soft power. That's what we call it, soft power. I believe it's good. I believe it's often been used as a tool to help the United States combat
This one right
influence
here,
from
this
China
lady
and other
right here. I
adversaries
don't like her face.
around the world. But there is a difference between soft power and soft stupidity. So whether you're funding
I knew it.
You're funding like DEI musicals
couldn't help
in some
herself.
country or transgender
She just had that face.
surgery somewhere or whatever.
There you go.
That is not what most
precisely
Americans.
not what is happening.
That is not what most Americans would say is
Just
an
because
effective
you're
tool
slapping
of U.S.
DEI
foreign
on
policy.
everything that
I'm not.
that-
USA.
that-
I have a
that-
whole list right here. I mean,
Uh-oh.
if you want me to forward it to you, I
And-
will. But
Let's
the
hear
reality
it.
is we have
and-
lots
and
of
if
money
you wanted to
going
Let's hear it.
to projects that don't do anything for the United
Then
States.
cut
And so
those
why
projects. Many
we
governments do that.
Congrats.
But why
Welcome
are
to
you
the Republican Party. That's what we're
Why
doing.
are you locking people out of their office? Why are you trying to
Because
tell
the
people to stop
bureaucracy.
working?
Because the
Why are you
bureaucracy is
actually,
non-responsive.
without the
Because the
accountability
bureaucracy
of
is non-responsive.
Congress
Add one thing.
or
Ashley,
any
she mad? Yeah,
it's
she
hard
is.
to believe that someone that added
Oh, yeah, she's
$8 trillion
definitely
to the U.S.
butthurt.
deficit is really even serious about cutting costs. So I don't buy this argument that this is an effort to cut costs and make sure that there's not any
You're an
government-
idiot.
It's an effort to cut stupidity.
Thank
these
you.
Programs, and I could read out the whole list. If you'll give me 60 seconds, I'll
You got
read
the two
whole thing.
idiots
But
over
there is a
here
difference
running their
between
mouths. They
smart
don't know what the
soft
hell they're
power
talking
and
about.
dumb spending.
They don't wanna
by
hear any of
let's
this.
ideologues who
This is-
inhabit this
this is
bureaucracy.
They don't wanna hear
President's
logic.
efforts to undermine government one agency at a time. He signed an executive order to get rid of the Department of
No, this is an effort to cut corruption. Too long, our taxpayer dollars have been slipped into the pockets of dirty politicians, corrupt individuals like these two women here. It's going on way too long, and it's about damn time something's been done about it. They can sit there and throw their tantrum and disagree all they want, but guess who's in office now, baby? Trump. Not Biden, Trump. So get over it.
Education, probably as
Yep.
we speak. That's what this is all about. It's an effort to undermine our government one agency at a time.
Who's running the government? I mean, I know you know how this
Your
works, but the
president is-
president's in
Thank
charge.
you.
The president is.
You can't undermine your own government. He's in charge of the bureaucracy, and all they're asking for, Phil and everybody else, is for the money that we spend around the world to be aligned with U.S. foreign policy interests. They have put out a long
Sorry
list
for
of
the
programs that have
connection.
nothing to do with our interests. Why can't we go in and root that out and redirect the money coming from the Secretary of State to the things that matter the most? That's it. That's all they want.
Scott?
Thank fucking God they're getting rid of this shit. Yeah, it is.
I
The
agree.
guy's 100% reasonable. Absolutely.
I agree. This is logic. This is what you call logical thinking. I cannot figure out what is wrong with these people. Like, what is going on in your stupid little head? Like, how? I just don't understand how you think what you're saying is a good thing. What you're saying is not a good thing. It's actually the opposite, the complete opposite. It's actually anti-America. Why would you not want America benefiting first and foremost? Why wouldn't you want America first? I mean, it's the country you grew up in. I'm sorry, this upsets me. This really pisses me off when I hear stupid fucking people like these two right here. I mean, it makes me physically nauseous just listening to the retardedness that comes out of their mouths.
Absolutely. You can't undermine your own government. Didn't you just say that? Well, he says it doesn't make a lot of logical sense that that's what's happening.
It doesn't
right?
make any
And
logical
so anyway,
sense.
I'll go ahead. I'll show you guys some of the things that they tried to do, right? $1.5 million. This is the USAID to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion
to
in
this shit.
Serbia's workforces and
Serbia.
business communities.
Who gives a fuck about Serbia? I certainly don't. Serbia don't sound like America to me. Why are my taxpayer dollars going to Serbia when in my own backyard I have military veterans sleeping on the fucking streets?
$1,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $2.5 million for electric
Ireland don't sound like America.
vehicles in Vietnam.
Vietnam don't sound like America.
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
Colombia sure as hell don't sound like America. Wait. Is this the same Colombia that refused to take back its illegal immigrants? Is it that Colombia? Well, it can't be that Colombia, right?
$32,000 for transgender comic books in Peru. And a $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. Now,
Guatemala sure as hell don't sound like America.
if I ask myself, does this serve America's best interests? I think the answer to that is absolutely fucking not.
Thank you, Asman.
No, it does. We're just taking this as gospel. Yes, I am. I'm taking this from gospel because this is coming directly from the federal government. Unless the federal government is lying about the federal government making bad decisions. So, like, at this point, so who do you think is more of an authority on the federal government? The news source that you listen to, or the government itself?
I'm gonna say the government itself.
Yes, they're all lying. Yes, of course. Yes, all of this is made up. It's all fake. None of it actually happened. It's all just a big.
He's so stupid.
It's all just a big conspiracy, guys. For sure.
But Elon Musk's influence is sweeping throughout the administration. It was late last week that the Doge team showed up at USAID offices in Washington and demanded access. USAID employee Christina Dry described the scene.
Doge was in the building. We took down our pride flags. I took out any books I felt would be incriminating. No one was talking. We heard they started taking transcripts automatically of all of our Google
They're
Meets.
roaching out, bro.
They unplugged the news in the little kitchen galleys.
Yep.
It didn't feel good. And then Saturday, all of the websites went down. And then I lost complete access
Thank
to my computer.
God. Oh,
Eve to me is
thank
basically freedom.
God.
It's a giant open universe where you
so
can do
depressing.
whatever you
It's so depressing to listen to these people even talk. Oh, finally some justice.
Complete access computer, yes. You've been captured. Wouldn't you believe everything one side puts out as truth? You're now
But
in a
Elon
cult.
Musk's influence it.
Bro, you actually think this is fake? What? Like, really, like, these are people, like, I've seen this happen to the culture over the last 10 years. Like, how can you watch, like, that Democratic chair convention and then see this happen, and then the first thing you think to yourself is, no, this isn't happening. It's so obviously fucking happening, it's unreal. It's completely fucking obvious. They're the ones that
Sorry
are
to
drinking
burst
the
your little
Kool-Aid.
bubbles,
This
but
is the thing, and I can even
this
show
is
you.
real
This
shit.
is temporary asthma overblown. Of course it's going to be temporary, because after the problem's solved, then you won't need to solve it
Right. Duh.
again. Doesn't that make sense?
Elon Musk, you didn't create U.S. aid. The United States Congress did for the American people.
That's why they're putting on gender plays in Ireland.
Right.
That's right. Yeah,
It's like
that's
Elon
for
Musk did
America.
not create U.S. aid. He doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him.
Ooh. Ooh. He's scary. Big scary bear.
Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial
I'm so sick of hearing this shit. How did he illegally seize power? He was given power by the current sitting president of our United States, you fucking idiot.
Financial payment systems
This
of the United
special
States
ed
Department of
motherfucker right
Treasury,
here, man.
But you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that. Under Article 1 of the Constitution.
Everything's going downhill? Yeah, for sure.
And just like the president who is elected to something cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And
We
that's
do
gonna
now.
become real clear.
And this is so yeah, all these guys are getting fired.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, he's an advisor and a helper. These people are beyond retarded. Well, they're trying to make the argument
They're beyond
that because
stupid.
Elon Musk is involved in this, it's like some sort of oligarchy or like plutocracy, which is like to a degree it's true. But like, I mean, you know, you played this game for 100 years. Somebody else plays it for 2 weeks, and now you're acting like the system's rigged. Well, guess what? I wonder how it got that way. You know? So, yeah, Elon Musk is a government employee. Yeah, it's that simple. And so anyway, this is the other one. All right, let's watch this. And a lot of people have been negative, very, very negative about this.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which
says the broad who isn't a billionaire. Let's see your bank account, sweetheart.
I think she learned that from Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart.
Yeah, and by the way, this is actually true. They're putting, like, 19 to 22-year-old, like, 4chan users in charge of the federal government. That's right. Yep.
And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one.
It's funny because didn't people use these same arguments to say not to vote for her whenever she first ran for office because she was so young?
Most morally vacant, but also
how ironic.
Least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of.
Yeah, you don't.
But the point is that
like, what was that?
Spit it out, Junior.
Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these
All right, yeah, you said that twice.
We really know of.
Right.
But the point
You don't have much of that. You don't have too much of an extensive vocabulary, do you?
Yeah.
Inevitably, they are going to hit a button, and things can go sideways.
Yep, that's what people voted for.
Yes, that's
and so
what we
anyway,
want.
there's been a lot of people that are criticizing young, inexperienced engineers aiding Elon Musk's government takeover. Engineers between 19 and 24, most linked to Musk's companies, are playing a key role as he seizes control of federal infrastructure. And so you have a bunch of these random guys. Yes, these right here are these are the four horsemen of the fat, retarded federal government worker apocalypse. And they've been having a really bad time. They brought in the 4chan users, they brought in the gamers, and it's been bad for them. And so anyway, here's one of the people that they think is a stupid person who doesn't know anything, and, you know, who is this guy? Why would you put this guy in charge of anything? Here's a video about one of them, okay?
Introducing Outplayed. Record anything on your PC. Highlight reel.
So I've always been interested in history. Growing up, I learned Latin. I was never that good at it, but I was always kind of into that sort of stuff, read a lot about the Roman Empire and things. And one day I was just listening to a podcast back in March. It was with Nat Friedman. He just kind of got on the podcast, explained like there are these burnt up scrolls that were buried in the Pompeii eruption. No one knows how to read them, but some professors have created CT scans of these scrolls, and they uploaded the data on the internet as a competition to see who could find writing inside of these scrolls. And when I heard that, I was just immediately like, oh my goodness, this is such a cool project.
You can see why they're worried. This guy won the grand prize for deciphering scrolls that got destroyed by a volcano, and these people actually have the arrogance to think that he can't figure out a federal government ledger.
Work on this. I just went home from work that day at the end of the day, and I've been working on it evenings and weekends ever since. I run most of the things from my laptop. It's just a normal MacBook, don't worry. But then I've just got like 5 surplus computers in here. This is what I do most of my work from.
God.
The Rig School and just the University of Nebraska as a whole has provided a great educational background where I can then, take these skills that I've learned and apply them to problems like this.
2 unrelated things. No. I think that most of the time people that are competent in one thing are probably going to be competent in a lot of other things too.
I mean, the guy's clearly a smart person, okay? This guy seems very highly intelligent. Decoding those scrolls, I mean, I'm no genius or anything by any means, okay? But I'm also not an idiot. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't an easy task to decipher those scrolls, considering they had been buried under the explosive power of a volcano. I don't know how many hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, perhaps. And to be able to decode something off of that, that's absolutely astonishing. Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him over the 85-year-old billionaire any day.
And one thing I've learned, so we had this in so this is one issue that
the
we had
85-year-old who's been in office for
is that
55
we had people
years.
that were really bad tanks or really bad healers, and we thought we'll just swap them to another role. And then they'll get better, right? And they'll just be better at this other role. No, it turns out some people are just retarded. They're just bad. And it doesn't matter what role you put them in, they're going to be garbage. And then there's other people that it doesn't matter what role that you put them in, they're going to be the top performer in that role.
I just spend hours upon hours staring at flattened pieces of the scroll.
What the fuck is that keyboard? This is he's an art enjoyer. This is a piece of art. It's one of the most famous pieces of Japanese art. It's called The Big Wave by Hakusai. The guy also drew hentai in the 1500s or something like that.
These people are so focusing on the wrong shit.
And the back of it is Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh.
Very famous painting.
Trying to find these patterns, which
one of the Impressionist painters.
Part of the writing. At the start of the challenge, we had not been able to find any writing at all within these scrolls. There are hundreds of these scrolls that are from the mansion.
That's it.
We've scanned a couple of them, and no one had been able to find any writing in them using these methods. Late one Saturday night, I was sitting at a party at a friend's house in Omaha, and I get a text from another person on the challenge team, and he says, "Hey, I've just uploaded this new kind of piece of the scroll. You should take a look at it." I remotely access my computer. I type into it please run the algorithm on this new piece of scroll. And then I just kind of started. I pull out my phone again, just nonchalantly, hey, I wonder how that went. And there are 3 Greek letters on the screen. Letters I'd never seen before. It was really...
This is the person that they think can't figure out how to read the federal government ledgers. Yeah. This guy can't... It's impossible. You can never figure it out.
Cool, because it's oh my goodness, we actually detected new writing in the scrolls using AI. That was the moment I realized, this is actually going to work. We're probably going to read
You
the
can
scrolls.
see why they're
and I
worried.
completely freaked out. My friends were there, and I was cheering, jumping up and down, screaming, crying, all the stuff. I
would
took
be
a picture
worried,
of the results, and I sent them to my mom. She called me, and she's like, "Hey, these look great," It was a really special moment. Yeah, so this is the word that I actually found. It's right here. It's the word prophoros, which translates to purple. It's the first word we found in the scrolls. It was reviewed by a committee of kind of Greek scholars, but it's the word...
By the way, there's a lot of subtext to that. Purple is, in a lot of cultures, the last discovered color because of how infrequently it occurs in nature. And so it implies that the culture that these scrolls were received in was very advanced. It was for rich people, yes. That's a very important letter. Like, of any word to have exists, purple is an important one.
Purple. And I'm glad it's not the word in or the or and that we found first. We actually found a word that has meaning.
They like snails for it at the beginning.
Without modern AI and modern scanning techniques. People have wanted to read these books for hundreds of years. And this seems like the only way where it's really possible to do that. Now we're reading entire paragraphs from the scrolls.
Wow.
Hopefully we'll be able to read the entire book and read the hundreds of other books that were buried in this condition as well. When we found this first word, we went public with it, and I think everyone has been very pleasantly surprised by the amount of attention it's gotten. As a college student, it's definitely been overwhelming in the best way possible, but it's been really cool to get to kind of, talk about my findings and, share what I want to do in the future with so many people. So it's been overwhelming in the best possible way. The University of Nebraska does a really good job of encouraging their students to think boldly, and I think that's played a pivotal role in my work on this project.
So, we'll go back to the statement that she said. Let's go ahead and watch this again.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart.
They're so cooked, and they know it. They are so cooked.
It's so depressing to hear things like that.
Bro, they're bringing in the 4 horsemen of Discord. The 4 horsemen of 4chan. They're done. They actually go and think that they're gonna somehow get around this. These guys used AI to figure out or
look at this. How childish are you? Arrogant, and is usually run by grown-ups. These are 4 adult men. I'm sorry they're not 75 fucking years old, and damn near bedridden like Biden was. Sorry, they're not, I'm sorry that they're young and have fresh minds. Can't win them all. Mamas, come get your babies out of our government. Grow the fuck up.
For one of them...
Comments like this just shows desperation, and this is why Trump is in office.
Used AI to figure out a Dead Sea Scroll, or not even Dead Sea Scroll, a scroll that was in Pompeii after a fucking eruption.
After a volcano blew up and buried it.
And they're gonna
That's amazing.
And they're sitting there trying to hide the pride flags whenever they come in the building. Oh, take them down! Oh, don't let them see this! Oh no! Really? It's embarrassing, bro. It's sad. Yeah, you seriously don't understand or complain? I understand it perfectly. That's why I know it's so stupid. See, all of these people think that they have this appeal to authority because they've worked at this place for a long period of time, so they think that they know what they're doing. How many times have we found out that most of the people that are experts in their fields are actually just people that have failed upward as a career for 25 years?
Yeah, they faked it and unfortunately have made it.
I think it's pretty often.
And have made millions of dollars in the process.
And
millions
yeah,
of
I always
our
remember the old saying about
taxpayer
government,
dollars.
those that can do, those that can't teach, those who can't do or teach work for the government. Yeah, I guess so. And it's a ridiculous complaint from people who are even less competent than average people. Exactly. I don't understand or complain? Absolutely not. So this isn't considered DEI?
Don't do it, Zach. Don't. Don't even acknowledge it, dude. It's not worth it.
I don't.
Don't do it.
Am I missing something?
No, you're not. You've got idiots in your fucking
Love games,
chat,
but
bro.
hate the grind. With Wiimote, you can be invincible.
Oh, this is just. This is just crazy. Well, with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, add me on Facebook, follow me on X, and yeah, stay up to date on everything. Your boys got you. All right, peace.